What's up, guys, and welcome to the second episode ever of Front Porch with David. I'm actually doing something a little different today. I'm actually simulcasting, if you want to call it that, a live podcast with TikTok. I'm on TikTok Live. I rarely go on TikTok. I'm trying to boost my numbers the best I can. And so I figured, why not do it live? So I'm doing it live. So if you aren't watching this on YouTube or any other, listen to it on Apple Podcasts, go see if it's on TikTok Live. I don't know if it is, but all right. First episode, I appreciate all the feedback and love that was shown. It's something different for me outside of my normal co-hosting gig I do with my friend Greg, Common Sense Superheroes. So it's a little different. This one's all about me, baby. I love me some me. So let's get into it. Look, last Thursday, my wife and I, my beautiful wife, Miss Brooke, we went to watch my youngest boy Sutton and my middle boy Barrett on his field day. And look, before I get into it, I'm not blaming the teachers currently or the schools currently because it's not their fault. I'm not blaming them. I know it was somebody who was some weak parent who decided that their kid never got a ribbon, so they wanted to change things around. But field day is not like it used to be. It's not. It's just not. Uh, it's basically, let's call it what it is. It's a glorified recess. Okay. I had to check out, go stop what I was doing and go watch my kids have recess, basically. And that's ridiculous. The, some of the things they do, like I maybe I forget, but back in Thomaston when I was a kid, field day, I mean, that's what I live for. Okay. Let's be honest. Not going to be a Rhodes Scholar. I was not going to be the smartest guy. That's a given. All right. If you listen to me for more than like 38 seconds, you should know that I was not going to be a Rhodes Scholar. But I did live for field day. I was like, this is my time to shine, baby. This is what I built for. All right. Like I said, I'm sure it was like this everywhere, but back in T Town, we had like the 440 relay. We had the relay, the 100-yard dash, the 50-yard dash. Be honest, I don't know many more outside of that. Maybe a hammer toss or something. I don't know. It was more track and field related. Now, we went the other day, they had can jam. But you're thinking to yourself, well, that's a game, you know? No, nobody kept score. Nobody did nothing. There was just they had some seniors there that was helping out the young kids. One of them, I S you not, was a shoe toss. They put the shoe on half of their foot and tossed it to see how far you go. Well, you might think to yourself, well, okay, well, that's a competition. No, nobody kept the competition. Nobody kept up who threw the furthest. Nobody kept up anything like that. It they didn't keep up. No score was had. No score. Nothing like that took place. Nobody was keeping up with nothing. One of them was cornhole, but it was like fake cornhole, and I'm sitting there counting, and they're like, "Oh no, no, we don't count. We don't keep score." Then why are we doing it? Why are we having field day? We're having a glorified recess. Okay, listen. As a guy who grew up in the '80s, that was my jam. Like I said, it wasn't gonna be nothing education wise for me, but I worked my butt off. And look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Your boy used to have some wheels, okay? Now look, tore a couple tore my Achilles, tore my calf muscle. I ain't quite got it like I used to. But your boy used to have some wheels, okay? Especially, I'm just gonna say it, for a white boy, your boy had some wheels, okay? And I remember going to that first field day, probably 5th grade, 6th grade. That's when I realized I was, fairly athletic. You know what I'm saying? I could tell your boy had something, okay? So I remember going, and we in the 50-yard dash. And that's like I said, I could move, especially for a white boy. And if I remember correctly, was the only white boy in the 50-yard dash. Okay. And I knew I'm about to show something. I had confidence in that. So we get up there, we get to start, and blow the whistle, boom, I take off. All right. I'm kicking. I'm just ta da da, moving, son. And listen, we didn't have, especially me. I was a little poor. Okay, I didn't have like the high tech running shoes, no spikes, no nothing. I had those K Swiss. You remember the white K Swiss that looked fantastic? That was flies all get out until it rained that first time. and then they got all dingy. It ain't good when your socks are whiter than your shoes, but for the time while it was going, it was nice. I liked it. But, anyways, I'm going, I'm moving, I'm showing, I'm strutting, okay? I mean, we're talking Michael Johnson in the heyday. Finished second, okay? I got beat. And listen, like I said, from a not all black school, obviously, but I was one of the white guys there. I was one of the few white kids, especially in the races. So I got edged out. But I did some damage, and I was determined. I didn't sit back and whine and complain. I was like, all right, next year, let's say 6th grade, I'm about to show them something. So I went home upset with that ribbon, okay? But I had a ribbon nonetheless, and I love that ribbon. That was my pride and joy was that ribbon, but I want that blue ribbon, baby. I want that number 1 ribbon. So every night I'm at home, I'm doing my squats, doing my push-ups and sit-ups, just ready and waiting. Can't wait till next year. I was loving it. I'd be at my friend Joe's house. We lived in the Mill Village. I lived on E Street. He lived on D Street. And every night I'd be at his house playing games, doing all the cups because he had all the video games. I didn't have that. I was pretty poor. But I would leave his house and I would fake. I would I would act out as if I was at this time it was Walter Payton and Bo Jackson. Those were the 2 running backs that were the go-tos. Walter Payton was a little past his prime, but I remember watching all those getting home from school and watching footage of Walter Payton. I was like, I want to be Walter Payton. So I would fake like I hand it off, like you hand it off to me and I was Walter Payton. And I would run as fast as I possibly could around the corner and then up East Street till I got to 214 East Street. That was mine. Now, did I run a little bit because I was scared, because I was a baby, because it was dark? Yes, I did. That is the main reason I ran. But I also was putting in work, damn it, because I knew I wanted to win. I ain't out here for recess. I want to get this ribbon. I want the blue ribbon. So I do that almost every day, 365, baby, till next field day happens. Worthy Middle School. It was Upson Middle School at the time, Upson Lee Middle School. And we out there on the track. And I'm getting ready. And I'm looking around. I know I put in the work. I got a new pair of K-Swiss this year. Okay. I got the new ones. And they still white. And I'm gonna mess them up on the field, but I don't care because I want that blue ribbon. That's the importance of it. Okay. I get up there, I line up, I look to my left, I look to my right, size up the competition. I'm like, hey, you think I'm scared? I ain't scared. So I get ready and they blow the whistle and I take off. And you know what happened? Because I went and did all that work, because every day I would do squats, I would do sit-ups, I would do push-ups and put in that kind of work. You know what happened right after that? Exactly. I lost worse than last year. They beat my ass. Okay. Listen, like I said, that's about the only white guy. And guess what? Stereotypes, some of them, they come with some truth. Okay. So fast. So fast. So I got beat pretty badly. But I supposed to get beat. That's what happens. You learn to lose. Somebody, weak-minded parents, did not want to have their kid experience losing, so therefore they must have caused a hissy fit, because now we out there having a glorified recess. And it don't make no damn sense. Why are we having that? Like I said, we throwing shoes, we kicking shoes and not even keeping up. One of them was soccer. And I was like, okay, well, how many goals you get? Oh, I don't know. We didn't keep up with the goals. Well, then why the hell are we doing it? Again, not blaming the teachers. Lord knows I love the teachers and I love the school we're at now. But why are we doing this? We're not having competition with ribbons, okay? It makes no sense. Somebody's weak-minded. Like I said, didn't want. Well, what do you say, David? Well, not everybody gets a ribbon. Exactly. That happens. Okay, I understand that. Like I said, I didn't get as many ribbons as I wanted, not blue ribbons, but I didn't whine about it. I was proud of that damn ribbon. And you're like, well, some people just didn't get it. Would you like it if you never got one? Well, guess what? Guess who's never going to win a spelling bee? Yeah, this guy. But we still having him MFers. They still have them. Nobody feels bad for me because I ain't winning a spelling bee. To this day, right now, if you come up to me and say, hey, you got to spell definitely and restaurant, or I'm going to blow your toes off. Well, guess who ain't buying sandals no more? Guess who ain't got flip-flops? I still can't spell them. To this day, I can't spell it. You come up to me and ask that. Hell, people think I come do things, they're like, defiantly. They're like, he says he wants to go, but he said he's gonna do it defiantly. I don't know why. Listen, it's hard to spell. It don't make no sense. But field day is disappointing. Now, I will say, tug of war still takes place. That one you can't cheat, baby. It's a mano a mano, man to man, or in this case, man to woman, or girl, whatever, and you have a winner. So I appreciate the fact that they kept that. Okay. Now, did my middle boy lose to a group of girls? Yes, he did. He did. They got beat pretty badly. They were outnumbered. They were like, well, they had more girls. I'm like, listen what you just said. They had more girls. Disappointing. I didn't even let him eat dessert that night. I was like, "Your ass ain't eating dessert, okay? You can't beat some girls at tug of war. It ain't gonna happen, son." I was quite not pissed off, but I was very upset. It's kinda odd. Let's see, we got a few people on look at there. We got a few people on TikTok live. Your boy coming up. Your boy coming up. But yeah, field day, not like it used to be. Quite upsetting. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about here. It upset me. It really did. Okay. And another thing that we was that night we got home, we had salmon. Okay. This is beyond the field day thing. I had salmon. I made it. We got it from Aldi. By the way, Aldi. Why have I been sleeping on Aldi? Okay. I've been going to Publix for hell, as long as I can remember now at this point, and I don't have Publix money. I got Aldi Monday, and Aldi so much cheaper. I love it. Aldi salmon, really good. But I got to thinking as we were making the salmon and I cooked it and I ate it, and I had a little piece of bone in it. And I immediately looked to my boys and like, hey, make sure you look for bones now. You can choke and die on it. And I thought back to where we had fish fries almost every weekend when I was a kid, and they kept telling you the same thing. Hey, look for bones because you'll choke on it and die. Okay, have you ever heard of anybody choking on a fish bone, like a catfish bone? I haven't, but we said it all the time, and we still say it today. And also, if somebody can die on a fish bone that easy, explain to me why we had a fish fry every damn Friday night. If this is a danger game we playing, why we keep playing it? It's because Hush Puppies. That's why. Hush Puppies, damn, so good. Who don't love Hush Puppies? God Almighty, so good. But anyways, it made me think back of the things we all did say the joke about uh quicksand thinking it's gonna kill you. I get that. We all said that, and that's so true because it used to be a big deal. Hell, every damn episode of Lassie had that. But fish bones is one of the ones. Maybe that's a Southern thing. Maybe that's a South Georgia deal to where fish bones. You're like, hey, don't get that fish bones, you'll die. But we did. But we didn't. Thank goodness. But that's it. That's episode 2 and my first simulcast with TikTok Live. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. But I'm enjoying it. Like I said, appreciate all the love. Front Porch with David shows I'm gonna try to put out once or twice a week on top of my common sense superhero shows where I get a little more political. We're gonna talk about, I don't know, this Artemis thing. Let's go to that. If I'm being honest about the moon, the Artemis going around the moon, I don't get it. It don't excite me. I don't tell me you saw something and then you might excite me. Okay. If you say, hey, we found something, we found there's somebody living there. Okay, well then I'm in. But if you just keep showing me dirt and rocks, I ain't that impressed. Okay, you can't bring me back a rock and be like, that's like somebody going on vacation and bringing you back. Hey, we went to the beach and I brought this sand for you. I don't want no sand. Give me something real. I don't need no sand. Okay, bring back something better. And also, if we landed on the moon 50 years ago, I'm not trying to be that guy, that conspiracy theory guy, but want me to get excited about us going around the moon now after you tell me that we've already landed on the moon 50 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm not as excited now as it was when you landed on the moon. Okay? That's like a buddy telling me, hey, I went out with this girl last night and she let me hit it. I'm like, okay, all right, you got something. And then 2 months later, him coming back and be like, hey, I went out with that same girl. And I'm like, oh, well, well, tell me about what happened. Did you get to hit it or whatever?" He's like, "No, but she let me go around it. She let me move my hand around it or let me move my thing around it." Why are you telling me that? That does nothing for me. That's nothing. Once you've already been to the thing, going around it means nothing. And I get it. They went further than any humans gone before. Still nothing. Don't do nothing for me. So Artemis thing, I get it. Artemis 2, the mission, quite impressive, a feat, kudos. It just ain't doing it for me. I'm sorry. It's not. If you done quote unquote landed on the moon, then flying around it don't impress me. But anyways, episode 2, Front Porch with David. Got TikTok down here. I'm simulcasting. I'm moving up, big dogs. I'm moving up. I appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you listening. Thanks. Show some love. Follow me. Follow my partner, Greg. Check back in. Let me know. Give me feedback. Please let me know what I need to do to get more popular. I want to be popular, baby. I've already got the looks. I mean, that's a given. All right. I'm just trying to get everything else that comes with it. Okay. But that's it. Episode 2 of Front Porch with David. Appreciate the love and appreciate you checking in. And until next time, peace.